This was yesterday's Bellwork, and we're going to grade it now. We're going to go over the answers, and then you're going to get a paper that's similar to this, and it will count. I will be grading each problem. There will be 24 problems, and that'll be all that we're going to do as far as math work today. And then we'll have free time, and we can decide what we're going to do after that. All right, so here we go. In this problem, when you divide fractions, well, the first thing you have to do is what? Yes. Turn it into an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So you write down 7/3 divided by 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 21 over 4. Now we're dividing, so we have to change it. We multiply the reciprocal. So you're going to rewrite it 7/3 stays the same times 4 over 21. Now you just take 7 times 4 and 3 times 21. But I know that I can simplify this because 7 divides 7 and 7 divides 21. So I'm going to simplify before I multiply. 7 goes into 21 3 times. And I get the answer 4/9. Okay? And then over here on the answer blank, put 4/9. Any questions? Can everyone do the dividing fraction problems? All right. In number 14, you have to borrow from the 2. That turns into a 10. You borrow from the 10, it turns into a 9. That turns into a 10. You borrow from the 10, it turns into a 9. That turns into a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 1 minus 1 is nothing. So the answer is 362. Any questions? You write it down on your answer blank. Kids, if you didn't do these right and you're not trying to improve it, you're not going to get better. These are all standards you need to have before you go to the junior high. If you are sitting there not thinking about these numbers or trying to be focused, it's not going to be helpful for you. And I'm sad about that because you'll never learn how to do these problems. Now, 2 plus 7 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 7 plus 1 is 8. 899. Now, this problem says 200 minus 17 and 3/7. So let's write these down. Yeah, get going and writing these down, showing all of your steps. In this problem, you have to borrow from 200. It's going to turn into a 199. So you have 199 minus and 7/7 minus 17 and 3/7. So let's do that right now. 199 and 7/7. That's still 200, but we chose 7/7 because the denominator is 7. 7/7 minus 3/7 is 4/7. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 1 is 8. So it's 182 and 4/7. Any questions? Okay, in the next problem, you have 6,041 minus 3,114. Borrow from the 4, it turns into a 3, that turns into an 11. Kids, you need to show the borrowing and things. If you just write down the answer, it's a waste of time. This is what's making your brain think about what's happening. 11 minus 4 is 7. 3 minus 1 is 2. Borrow from the 6, it turns into a 5, that turns into a 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2,927. Any questions? All right. In the next problem, you line your decimal points up. There's not one with an 8, so it goes behind it. Put your point there. Now rewrite it 13 and 66/100 plus 8. You can put zeros in your empty spot. 21 and 66/100. Any questions? Good. Let's go on to number 19. I'm going to rewrite it over here. 125 3/8 minus 95 3/4. I have to find a common denominator. It's called your least common multiple. What's your least common multiple between an 8 and a 4? 8. Yeah, the biggest digit is an 8. Will 4 divide 8? Yes. So that one stays 8. It's already an 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. We're subtracting and there's a problem. 3 can't subtract a 6, can it? No. So what do we have to do? We borrow. You borrow from 125. It's going to turn into 124 8/8. Now 124 8/8 is still 125, right? We just changed its name. And you combine these two, 8/8 plus 3/8 makes it the mighty 11/8. Now it can subtract. 11 minus 6 is 5/8. We've got to borrow from the 2. It turns into a 1. 14 minus 5 is 9. And 11 minus 9 is 2. So you end up with 29 5/8. Does everyone see how to do that? It's not hard. Now let's do the next problem. Multiplying with decimals. You just act like the decimal's not there. So you do 3 times 6 is 18. Put down an 8, carry a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. Now we're going to multiply by the 8. There's one number behind the 8, so I put down one place value, 0. 8 times 6 is 48. Put down an 8, carry a 4. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Put down a 0, carry a 2. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 8, 15, carry a 1, 4. Now, how many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem, Owen? 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So the answer is 104 58/100. And write that answer down on the blank. The next problem, 2 times 6 is 12. Put down a 2, carry a 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to multiply by the 4. 1, place value 0. 4 times 6 is 24. Put down a 4, carry a 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Put down a 0, carry a 1. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 4 times 5 is 20. Now, for the last one, to multiply by the 3, there are 2 numbers behind it, so I have to put down 2 place value zeros. And now I'm ready to go. 3 times 6 is 18. Put down an 8, carry a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 5 is 15. Now I'm going to add them together. 2, 9, 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 5 is 7 and a 1. There are no decimals in this one. The answer is 1,718,892. Is that what you got? Yeah. Okay. Go on over to Miss Jackson's room, all right? Now, in number 22, we have to change them to improper fractions before you multiply. You can't just take 7 times 2, kids. The rule is change them to improper fractions. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 5 over 2 times 7 over 1, right? See how I got that? Now you just multiply across. There is no shortcut. You have 35 over 2. Now, if they want you to simplify that, 35 divided by 2 is 17. You have 1 left over, 17 and a half. Any questions? Write it on the answer blank. Now, another multiplying one. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 halves times 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 thirds. Oh, I have a 3 on top and a 3 on bottom. They turn into ones. And the answer is 5 halves, which equals 2 1/2. Any questions, kids? The last one, we're going to have to find our common denominator. 8 1/3 plus 5 1/6. What's my least common multiple? Well, the biggest denominator is 6. Will 3 divide 6? Yep, it's going to be a 6. This one's already a 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Now 2 6 plus 1 6 is 3 6, and 8 plus 5 is 13. What's another name for 13 and 3 6? 13 1/2. Kids, you are awesome. Any questions? Do you feel like you're a little better at this after practicing it this week? All right, so I feel better about giving you the practice or the quiz we're going to do now because we've been practicing